Hey everybody, welcome back to month 10, week 4 of Discipline of the Month. This month we're talking about the spiritual practice of listening to God or hearing the voice of God. If you remember in the first week when we talked about just do something, we drove home this idea that God wants to communicate with each and every one of us in a way that we can understand, and a way of slowing ourselves and listening for that voice. In week 2, we talked about some of the metrics or some of the ways that we could measure in discerning, is this really the voice of the Lord that I'm hearing? In week 3, last week, Christy was here telling us about some of the wonderful ways that she has overcome barriers and identified barriers and overcome barriers in her hearing from God. This week, if you remember our theme from months past, it's love it or list it. And so, I just want to say this, as we're coming down the home stretch of this month's practice of listening to God, that Jesus told us in John 10 that his sheep would recognize the sound of his voice. And I don't believe that there's any more of a pivotal moment in our individual discipleship than the first time that we realize that we can hear from God. It's a practice that all of us will want to hone and will want to strengthen as we continue our walk. So whatever that may be, whatever the practice may be, if it was sitting down and journaling and using some of the metrics, if it's hearing it through other people, whatever it may be, I want to just encourage us to continue to sort through all the voices that we hear to learn to more accurately identify the voice of the Lord. It will help us in our walk and it'll help us in our mission. We'll see you back next week as we continue Discipline of the Month.